Alrighty, my power has flickered on and off 2 times in a row. I think, good lord, hopefully there's no more issues the rest of this night. But it's a good thing there's only one game left, and good thing that my power went out between series. There's no actual cut in the broadcast. But Maryland number 5 taking on number 12 North Carolina to close our broadcast. We're on 6 games now on the night. This is our 6th game of the night, and we've already had 14 total games now. This is game 14 of the tournament so far, the 32 round 1 matches, and we'll have to wait and see how this one shakes out. But early thoughts on what's going to happen? Oh shit. You're muted. I got you.
Hello?
We're good now. Okay, it reset everything because my damn power crashed.
I promise that was the best statistical analysis you guys have ever heard. I guess I'll just say it again. Maryland, yeah, they're coming in as a really solid team. Obviously, going to the Big Ten Conference title match, losing to Michigan State, but they were a little shaky during conference play. They finished 5-3, which isn't bad at all. But in the conference tournament, that's when they really shined. They revenge swept UCLA in the quarterfinals. They took out the 1 seed in the conference tournament of Purdue 4-2. Then they did fall to the Spartans of Michigan State, but they have looked a lot better.
Yeah, blame the Texas power grid for that one. I don't know what happened. It just cut off and it cut in and out 2 times. The players are ready. I don't make these guys wait any longer to get this midnight series underway. So game 1 is underway. Maryland, North Carolina, and Barl's not set up. Look at me go.
Oh no. Okay, well, we'll get the overlay up soon, but there we go. Yeah, Maryland. Yeah, they're in the red on the left. North Carolina, of course, in that Tar Heel blue. But yeah, I'm very excited to see how this one plays out. I'm excited to see what North Carolina are able to bring to the table. Obviously, they are having a much better season than they did last season. They finished 3-4 in the ACC last season. Then they got eliminated round 1 of the ACC conference tournament last season. But of course, this season finished 6-2, have looked much sharper, and I'm excited to see what they're able to bring to the table. They still got eliminated round 1 in the conference tournament, but they've looked a lot better. They've had a very improved season.
That they have a minute gone here in game number 1, and hopefully no more issues. And here for me, join us in this series, Maryland, a 5 seed taking on a 12th seed North Carolina. We've marked this series as an upset watch, but I don't think North Carolina or Maryland's in much threat though.
Yeah, I mean it's just one of those things because we've seen Maryland a couple times have, they've struggled and they may have lost a couple to teams they should beat, and they can sometimes have their off nights, but more often than not, we've seen them to be that really dangerous team. Obviously, last season they were one of the most threatening teams in the Big Ten. They finished 8-0 last season in conference play, winning the conference tournament. Did get beat by Indiana, but ultimately they look good. And obviously the other big thing to mention in the tournament last season, they were a team to watch, as they were in the East region with Drexel, and they gave them a run for their money.
That they did. And a few minutes into play here, Jonas, and again Maryland coming in favorites to make a run in this tournament again. I think they could very well beat Iowa State in the 2nd round, and then it goes to Akron. That's a tough boulder over the 3rd round. But again, North Carolina tonight have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I have Maryland getting through this one quite quickly. I have them going on to round 2. I have them beating Iowa State, who assumedly gets past East Carolina, and then I have them, dropping to Akron Gold because it's Akron. But yeah, I have a lot of confidence in this Maryland team. I'm excited to see what they can do in this tournament structure. Again, when we saw them last season, they looked really good. Made it all the way to round 3, went to game 7 with Drexel before losing there. But again, they almost eliminated the Dragons early, and that would have been huge for them. But I'm excited to see them back in the tournament. Excited to see what they can do this season.
Jesse says just one upset for North Carolina, so one person. picked North Carolina over Maryland. But again, I don't know how many perfect brackets are left. So just see if you know.
I think Sleeper said
It was
there was
Hira.
11, and it was okay. Well, yeah. Sleeper said I believe there was 11 left after NAU won.
Yeah, well, I know Heroes is busted, so that's not going to bust anything if Maryland win.
Yeah, there's 11 left, and yeah, if this, I mean, if Maryland lose, that would shatter everything. No one would have a single perfect bracket left. But that being said, it's been a very, very quick 3.5 minutes, Nation. No one been able to put anything away.
Yeah, not at all. Minute 20 to go here in game one, and North Carolina is still looking for their first goal of the night, and Maryland as well looking for their first tonight. It just feels like we're kind of a back and forth stalemate.
Yeah, there's only been 5 total shots through these first 4 minutes. Maryland have 3, North Carolina have 2, and no one really been able to break through yet. Here's a good look, but Waiters just able to sneak it across. Hexy will lob this one up. Barris on the challenge. Hexy gets it over from Turtle is there. Eye of Ra, big save there as Edge Tree will pick up a nice demo to relieve some more pressure.
50 seconds to go in game one, and here's where upsets can start. You win a close game one because you get to overtime and you just find a way to score, and then it kind of gets in the middle part of the series where, okay, you got to lock in after you get that first big win.
Yeah, no, it very well could happen. We always talk about if you're that lower seed wanting the upset, you need to get started early. But if you want to get started early, you need to keep that defense locked down tight. But it's going to be Turtle who breaks through first for Maryland.
And the Terps on the board, 29 seconds into game one, and Maryland 31 away from a 1-0 lead here in round one.
Yeah, just been able to keep that pressure well. It might have something off the kickoff as well for Waiters. He does. He hops over Edge Tree and finds goal number 2. That might just lock this thing down.
26 seconds. Waiters makes it a 2-0 advantage, and the kickoff goes the way of the Terrapins again. And where leads can start to build on us, we've seen kickoff goals become a big factor tonight.
I mean, with 26 seconds left, I think that might just do in for game number 1 here for UNC. I don't know if they're going to be able to get back in time. Hexy wants a third reset, will be shut down by Eye of Ra. But yeah, there is just not enough time for this offense to really get going for North Carolina. They only put on 3 shots, and it looks like they're going to go over 30. Star might be able to find something at the buzzer here. Edge Tree diving in for 1. Hexy will shut it down. Maryland a 2-0 lead. Well, a 2-0 finish there, and they'll get themselves a 1-0 lead in the series.
That they will. Maryland makes it a 1-0 start tonight for the Terrapins, and they're going into game 2 of the series. They tried to start early, but then all the issues happened. But they've been sitting here for quite some time ready to get the series underway.
Yeah, they have. I mean, it was a close start to that series. Obviously, it took until the final minute for someone to finally score, but Maryland did have a majority of that pressure, and you knew once they got that first one, it was going to be hard to bring it back. And now Maryland are asking for a new server. Well, not asking. Hexy just said new server and then dipped.
I guess so.
Yeah, and it looks like... Yeah, I guess everyone's just going to hop out. Okay. And then I guess we'll have I don't know if they were having some disconnect issues. I suppose they were. But that being said, I guess we'll get a quick reset here before game number 2.
Yes, we will. On to our game 2, and Maryland going to lead 1-0.
Yeah, and again, the winner of this one will take on the winner of Iowa State, East Carolina. That should be a fun matchup. Iowa State, they should be able to get the job done over ECU, as that's a 4-13 matchup. East Carolina, I know that they're, people are maybe expecting an upset there, being Iowa State was the team to get shocked in round 1 last season, as a 3 seed, got eliminated by a 14 seed. ECU, they're not a bad 13 seed team at all, and it could be a really big upset for them there, and Iowa State might go through cold, but I'm sure Maryland would love to see that upset, as that would probably make their road a little bit easier.
It definitely could. But again, you get through Maryland, and it's right into Iowa State probably. So it's going to be a tall order for no matter who wins.
Yeah, and then, regardless after that, even if you win through this round, win through next round, you'll be most likely staring Akron Gold dead in the face, and Akron Gold For those of you who don't know, sure most of you do, they are the favorites to win the whole thing. 63% of the total bracket submitted for the bracket challenge had Akron Gold winning the whole thing, and obviously that is a huge number for a bracket challenge. As Turtle is gonna put this one away, recovers off the back wall, got a little bit of help from Barris here, but turns in the first.
And Maryland again quick to respond in game 2. 12 seconds in, and Maryland back on top, and just another simple goal off the kickoff, and it's good for Turtle.
Yeah, after it took over 4 minutes to score the first one in game 1, now just 12 seconds to get that one away. We'll see if Maryland can keep up that pace now. North Carolina, they're still just hunting for their first goal of the series, and we talked about how it has to start with that one, trying to just really spark things up for the offense, and it's easier said than done.
Absolutely, and 30 seconds already into this game. North Carolina still have yet to score a goal. They're 5.5 minutes into this series. I think the longer that drought goes, the more of a hole they're going to dig themselves in.
Yeah, I would have to agree. As good pass middle to Hexy. Does he have a double? No, but Waiter's there. He's going to chip it high. Gets bumped out by Edge Tree. That's a nice bump to relieve some pressure. Turtle will will his way through the corner. Tree, another nice clear towards the midfield. I have Raw low 50 on Hexy, and UNC just trying to do their best here. I think adjust to the pace of Maryland. I think that's going to be the most difficult thing for the Tar Heels in this one.
3:45 to go. Turtle gonna launch to Hexy. The redirect is good for Hexy. My goodness.
Yeah, I mean, for some reason you see this play from Turtle to Hexy, and they just make it look routine, Nation. Just a pass downfield. Hexy jumps off, just a slight tilt, and suddenly it's in the back of the net.
Yeah, 3:41 to go here for the Terrapins, and as this one goes on, Jonas, you know, this just looks like a not so great start for North. Oh my goodness!
I don't even know if it's not so great of a start for North Carolina. Is it just Maryland absolutely taking control? Waiters booms it. Wait, Hexy didn't get a touch.
I thought he redirected that.
No, it was just a ghost. Waiter got credited for. Oh my goodness. I thought we just saw an insane shot there. No, actually, it was just Waiters a booming clear, I suppose.
That's insane.
Well, 3:20 left to go. Still lots of time for North Carolina to try and pick things back up, but it's been all Maryland to start this one. Obviously, we saw the very close game 1. It took a while for anyone really to break through. As speaking of which, no, Hexy, we saw some great offense. Now we're going to see the defense work, stealing that one right out from under the Tar Heels.
But given as well, Waiters fires, no good. Barris will cover for North Carolina. The Tar Heels, Jonas, gotta find a way to score here soon. Get this drought done and over with, and find your way to get on the board and get some offensive momentum going again.
I mean, yeah, getting anything going offensively is a start. Edge Tree looking for a look. Barris was there as well. Couldn't get it to fall. It's taken away by Turtle that time. Hexy pre-flip block. Waiters had to chip it up high into the corner. I've only seen a few shots so far from North Carolina, but ultimately, you know, we're halfway through this game. It's 3-0 Maryland, and you wouldn't believe it, but it's only a one-shot differential right now. Maryland at 4. North Carolina only got 3.
2:15 to play. Hexy towards the right wall now, back for Waiters. Will take his time here as North Carolina dealing with pressure not so well defensively, as Maryland just have continued to catch them off guard, Jonas, and they've been, put through the blender so far in this series.
Yeah, and I mean, there's still time for UNC to get right back in this one, at least try and take a game, because right now, I mean, Maryland, they look unstoppable, but as I say that, we see a moment of weakness. I have Raw there to spot it as Tree just able to snap that one around Hexy, and Turtle goes right by and actually bumps into Hexy on the way back, and that'll give a free one for UNC. They're on the board.
1:50 to play here as Maryland finally do concede, though, to North Carolina, and that's their first offensive goal. We'll see if they can rally around it from Raw.
I mean, always try to use that first goal as a catalyst to find yourself some more, but it's tough when Maryland are looking this in control and looking this quick, and you can see the confidence level from Maryland is always something that picks up. You know, they start knocking down goals left, right, and center, and they can sometimes seem unstoppable. So it's good for UNC to stop that momentum here, and they're gonna turn in another one. It's 2-3.
A minute 22, they've got a second opportunity. Jonas at second goal from Paris again with a minute 22 to go. They're within one.
Yeah, and this is a great late surge from the Tar Heels. Maryland, they got to be careful not to give too many of these looks away. Obviously, you go up 3-0, you're going to be feeling very confident just to hold on to it, but comebacks happen for a reason, and a good look here. No, Edge Tree didn't want to take it. Barris, that shot saved. Hexy goes flying on by, and I Have Raw ties it up.
A 109, and Aya Raw gonna find a goal. 3. We're tied again as North Carolina stormed down from 3-0 to equalize at 3 apiece.
And Maryland, they have given this away. As of right now, North Carolina are more than happy to take advantage of these opportunities that they're given. Turtle, soft shot, not on target, and the Tar Heels coming right back the other way. Barris goes by. Etch Tree on it, trying to pinch it. Middle. Waiters there. I Have Raw gets past 2. Leaves it, but there was no one there for a shot. It was a wide open look.
Can't have that if you are Maryland. But North Carolina, though, they're one look away, Jonas, from winning this game and getting to game 3 with the lead. It's taken away, though.
That was a great pop from Hexy that nearly saved the game. It was an own goal, but that might have just kept it going. Waiters dropping down. Edge Tree misses. I Have Raw just touches it back. Hexy forced to go all the way back towards his own corner. Now off the ceiling, misses here. Turtle down low will find one touch. I Have Raw lobs it up. Barris is lurking, looking to shut down the clear. We'll just take it up the sidewall. 10 seconds remaining. Barris might have a final look. A miss here. Tree is bumped. I Have Raw jumping in, trying to put a shot on it. Saved by Hexy.
1 second to go. Barris up top. Maryland's defense trying to hold the line. That it's going to maybe do. The rebound turned down.
And somehow the Terps not conceding there. It looked like North Carolina were going to be able to do it at 0 seconds, but we stay in it overtime. Here in game number 2, this is UNC. A huge chance. Tree right side, and the Tar Heels will take game 2. Maryland sold it.
I mean, that's just a sell job. It was 3-0 a couple minutes ago, and Maryland give up 4 straight. We're tied at 1.
And North Carolina happy as you can be on that one. I mean, it looked like you were going to have to go into game 3 trailing 0-2 to have to really try and turn around that momentum. But Maryland just gave it away again. They had no traction going forward. And, I mentioned that the shot count was 3-4. Maryland stayed at 4, and North Carolina put on 9 more and won.
That's absurd. Maryland had a 3-0 lead and couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, now, I mean, that is a shocker there in game number 2. But Maryland, this is a team we expect them to lock back in, nation. I mean, I don't think anyone's expecting North Carolina to really retake control. But again, if Maryland give away these opportunities, we've just seen that North Carolina are more than capable at punishing and taking advantage and working themselves back into these games. If Maryland let off the gas, UNC is going to be there.
Absolutely, they are. You can't give this team opportunities, Jonas. That's the first thing Maryland's going to learn the hard way, which they just did. But now they're going to realize that if they give them opportunities or they create mistakes on their own, they're going to get punished for it.
Yeah, we'll see how sharp they stay in game number 3. This could be a very telling game at that. If Maryland are able to work their way right back into it, then hey, no harm, no foul. You give up a game, but you answer back well. But North Carolina, they're going to be looking to use this to springboard themselves back into this series.
That they do, and so far, I mean, it's so good. And you didn't have the great start in game 2, but you stormed back at the end there to tie things up, and now you've got game 3 of Maryland 1-1. Now a best of 5 the rest of the way.
Hexy up 4, and it will be even down to the fall to Aya Have Raw. Sends it towards the backboard. Waiters already up for it. Secures it well to the corner. Tree looking for a 50 here. Works his way past 2. Hexy a little bit awkward. Will find the turn away. Now another big 50. I mean, we're seeing both these teams going head-to-head. Might be a look here for Iowa. Top shelf, UNC out in front again.
In North Carolina, I think I'm a sub because Fnatic is in here, and they're still in front.
I mean, it's working well for them as. Oh no, we're gonna hear from Hexy here soon, but UNC take themselves a 1-0 lead, and again, this is a pretty surprising turn here as we're seeing Maryland, their defense just crumbling a little bit and giving these chances to the Tar Heels.
Absolutely. Again, a minute into game 3, North Carolina just kind of simply are punishing Maryland. Running defensive slip up so far, and again, a 1-0 lead. We'll see if it can hold, but a 2-1 lead would do monumental damage to this Maryland defense, and now they can give up 2 in a row to North Carolina.
Turtle up high, looking for the clear out. I have Raw respecting well. Hexy get one touch out. Now sends this one backwards. I have Raw is there. Does he have the double? No, Waiters will rip it away. A great send towards the corner. Hexy trying to send it back downfield. Edge Tree will be back in time. Turtle still on it, or even at 1 apiece.
328 Maryland back to level, and it's just that was a bad spot for Tree to be in. He had Turtle to his left and Hexy to his right. You pick your fate there, and you got burned.
Yeah, so Fnatic is saying in chat that him and Etch Tree have played the exact same amount of series, so it looks like it's usually Eye of Ra Barris and either Fnatic or Etch Tree, and now Barris is going to find the opening here off the demo. UNC right back out in front, and I mean, that's a very valid reason for Fnatic to give Etch Tree the look in his final season, and you know what? They're trying to shock Maryland here tonight.
Yeah, 320 to go. He could play Summer, so it might not be his final season. Unless he's not planning to be a part of the roster for the Summer League, but we'll have to wait and see what North Carolina choose to do with the roster for them.
Indeed we will, but Maryland again need to start trying to make the comeback happen as North Carolina have shown that they can take consistent leads. Waiters will be able to pop this one up as anyone in close. Tree goes right by I have Raw. Next in line, it's saved by Turtle, holding on there for the Terps, and now I have Raw puts it right into the front bumper of Tree. Hexy taking it high. Couple late touches. Can he put it away? No. Another save. Turtle fires high. Crossbar dinging out.
Halftime approaching here. It's Turtle. Flip reset on target to the corner. No good. And her Turtle couldn't put that one through the uprights. And had Waiters to commit on that challenge. Double commit for the Terrapins offense. And Barrett's launching on target. Turned away by Hexy. And Jonas halfway through. What's gone wrong for Maryland in the last game and a half?
I mean, again, so we're just seeing the defensive mistakes, Nation. Honestly, we're seeing North Carolina doing a good job of trying to force a lot of awkward situations. We've seen some good touches, but Maryland, we've seen this team, Nation. We've seen them plenty of times before. We have seen them take over lobbies, and right now that does not look like them. It seems like they're getting pushed back time and time again as Iavra again. UNC put the pressure on, Maryland break down, and the Tar Heels are there to take advantage.
Yeah, and Hexy got a horrible touch, and that's just yet another defensive mistake they've been punished for. North
Carolina very well could snag this second game and keep momentum rolling on forward, and Maryland, they got to find some way to find their footing and find more stable traction in this one, because UNC, they're doing a great job creating more and more of these opportunities. You know, they get one game, you might think it's a fluke, but they have continued to press and they've continued to show that they're in this thing.
Minute 42 to play. Maryland down by 2. That shot just wide. Barris will cover Maryland, though, still in blue territory. Nothing there on that possession, Jonas. And offense has been at a premium for North Carolina.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, both these teams have the same amount of shots, and obviously North Carolina has been much more efficient with their shots as of right now, shooting 50% as a team. And Maryland obviously shooting 1 for 6 on the other end. Etch Tree, a lot of time and space given by Maryland here. Waiters will finally line up the challenge with no boost. Won't get a touch here. I have Rob back to the corner. Turtle high pop. Tree is on at 50. Well, Hexy lurking middle, trying to get that one sent right back into the midfield, but again taken away by North Carolina. They're just looking to stall.
They're playing the clock perfectly. I mean, again, you don't have to score again. Just run the clock out and get to the next game and continue this game plan that's been working so far for the last 10 minutes with 40 seconds left in the clock for Maryland to find a way to will their way to victory.
And now big bump here. Eye of Ra taken out, but Barris will get back in time. Hexy couldn't reach it with low boost. Tree sends it out for a moment. Barris again, another big save into the backboard. Tree redirects it out towards the sidewall, makes it a little bit more awkward for Hexy, and he misses. Now Barris to the backboard. Turtle is there, trying to rip it back downfield. The offense from Maryland has just gone cold.
Now Mike Trickle and Ira going to make the save there. Hexy back to Waiters. Fire is broken up by Barris in North Carolina. 2-1 in front.
Yeah, and that will be it. I mean, Maryland, this is just not the team we're used to seeing. In North Carolina, again, just doing a great job creating chances, forcing mistakes, and punishing those mistakes. They're not doing all too much. You know, we're not seeing a ton of highlight clips. Ultimately, they're just forcing Maryland to make bad touches, and they're there to collect.
I think that's perfectly well said. I think it's also coming to a factor, like, it is midnight. Like, that could very well be a factor as well.
Yeah, it is late. A midnight kick in Eastern. But Maryland, I mean, going 1 for 8. Meanwhile, North Carolina's on the other side going 3 for 7. That can't happen. You got to be much more efficient with your offense. North Carolina, we're just shutting them down time and time again. And now Maryland is trailing in this series. Of North Carolina get this next game, the Terps could be in a whole heap of trouble.
That might be nicely putting it. If they drop here, I think they're just done.
Yeah, and again, if North Carolina win here, this would bust the remaining 11 perfect brackets that we have in the CCS Season 5 Bracket Challenge. So North Carolina looking to play spoiler to quite literally everyone who doubted them, and you know, they very well could being up in this series. We'll see how Maryland is able to turn things around and adapt. But right now, the Tar Heels out in front. Etch Tree looking for a goal here. Waiters pre-flip save off the far corner. Maryland will head back to the other side.
4:35 to play here in game number 4. And Maryland going to need a big turnaround, Jonas, to get this game back to game 4 or game 5 with a tied score at 2 and at least guarantee us a game 6 here.
And again, you do still just feel like this team is one that can lock in, but what a stop from Barris. Win by the first time, stayed hovering and was able to get back to it. Turtle pre-flip trying to get out to Hexy, will be knocked right back down, but you still got to feel that Maryland can really lock back in. Ultimately, we're not seeing them, you know, it's not like they're getting diffed in terms of mechanics or speed. They're just making missed touches, and if they lock those back in, they can very easily get back into this series. But if they can at this point, that's the bigger question.
Yeah, that's the bigger concern here for Maryland is, you know, their defense has not held up. They're part of this series, and the offense hasn't quite generated the amount of, you know, goals we're typically used to seeing out of Maryland in a series. And you know, they can play at a much higher level than what we've seen so far. But North Carolina's defense also limiting them in the midfield, neutralizing their offensive opportunities as well, and they're taking opportunities away from Maryland in the offensive zone. They've done a heck of a job.
Oh yeah, I mean this is an all Maryland, you know, giving this one away. It's been a job well done by North Carolina, being able to keep that offense as strong as it needs to be, keep the defense moving, and okay. That one will be saved away. I was a little bit worried as Etch Tree was kind of eyeing down his own net, and it will eventually result in the goal for Maryland.
Ruben Hexy to get this offense started once again, Jonas, and he's been the player to watch all season. When their season was looking rough at the start, it was Hexy that was doing a lot of the damage. Then he finally started to get some help, and now when it's looking grim here in the tournament, someone has to go big, and I think we're going to look for Hexy to do just that.
I mean, that Turtle was helped with the setup, and now we're seeing a little bit of a collision there between Waiters and Barris. But yeah, Turtle did a good job lobbing it up, and then you could see the comms happen as he was called to leave it, and Hexy took full advantage. Now We'll see if North Carolina are going to be able to battle back. Eye of Ra, good look here. Will scoop it towards the corner. Tree gets past one, gets past two. That's a big demo for Turtle to relieve pressure of the third man who was going to be looking to shoot Barris. Diving back in, evening out the 50, beating Hexy to the side while trying to get something middle. Turtle is there to lock it down. We'll see how Maryland hold this lead further.
Yeah, I also got to ask you, with the way Iowa State's season ended against Cincinnati in the Big 12 tournament final, if Maryland advance, who do you like in that game and what do you expect to see? Because, again, both these two teams have not looked great the last series they would have played.
As Turtle just missing that attempt. I mean, oh, that's a big fake from Waiters. Ivra still there. Hexy will get shut down again. I mean, the thing is, I'm really intrigued to see the East Carolina-Iowa State matchup. That'll be very telling for me on how the Cyclones tournament is going to go. Because, again, a lot of people are picking that as an upset, expecting Iowa State to throw. Well, because that's exactly what happened last season. And if they go down there, it could be trouble. We could see what happens. If they go to Game 7, maybe they take it into sweep, and then it'll be tougher to say what will happen in this one.
Yeah, if Iowa State lose tomorrow, I don't even want to know what Banish and Midas are going to say. That will just be embarrassing. Back-to-back seasons playing, losing to a 14 seed.
Yeah. Well, I believe East Carolina is a 13 seed.
So yeah, but again, back-to-back seasons are a big upset in round one.
Yeah.
That would be sad.
With double-digit seeding, losing to a double-digit seed. Yeah, it would be, but I mean, it's still very possible as Hexy shot there, limited cut down, less than 45 seconds. Might see a look here at Tree. Redirect is good. North Carolina tie it right back up.
And the Tar Heels get a break in game 4. Aya Raw finds at Tree downfield for a 1-1 equalizer.
Maryland, they still got to be careful. They got and held that lead for a long time, but we've already seen one big comeback there. Of course, the first game that North Carolina were able to take. Now, we'll see if Maryland can lock this one down. Hexy off the sidewall, 78 boost. He's trying to get it over to Turtle, but he's bumped into clearing it over Turtle. We'll just try and turn things around to the midfield. Waiters, low boost. Still finding a touch, slowed down well by Tree. Now Turtle through the corner, tries to fire a shot middle. Hexy was lurking on the far post side. Waiters is going to have a look shot. No, it's to Hexy who puts it away. He threads the needle.
12 seconds to go. And Maryland able to get back on top. Here in the round of 64s. Again, spot for the round of 32 next Friday, April 25th on the line.
And that is a huge play down low from Hexy. Got the bump and immediately was just able to nudge that through the final two defenders. And now that gives a big lead to the Terps. And now this one's wide open. Where did North Carolina go?
Their defense fell apart, and Waiters going to put the home for a third on 0 seconds there to get us to game 6, at least minimum, the 2-2 score.
And that will even things up here. I mean, now winner of this next one has match point. I mean, this could go either way now. I mean, we still saw some awkward looks out of Maryland, but ultimately saw their offense start to heat up again, saw the speed start to come back for the Terps. Now it's only a question of, can they keep it going consistently?
Absolutely. I'm so excited for next weekend. Next Friday is going to be so fun. The round of 32, the quad box, 4 streams going in once. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I mean, it's always insane to see, as you get further and further into this tournament, having all the streams going, being, us, keeping an eye on all of them as well. We're not watching, but we are keeping an eye on the scores, obviously, and keeping an update throughout all the streams. As it did see a nice pre-flip attempt there from Turtle, but it'll be a lot of fun. We already know that there's going to be a lot of great round of 32 matches and beyond, honestly.
Yep, the round of 32 on Friday, and then the regional semifinal and regional final Saturday, and then the final 4 and championship game on Sunday night.
Yeah, it's gonna be absolutely incredible. And the round of 64 has already been a lot of fun. There's still plenty more games that have to happen this week, and we will get them going to you. But Hexy Reset, trying to get it around. Eye of Ra does. Turtle is going to be blocked by Etch Tree. Waiters back to middle. Barris is lurking, booms it towards the backboard. Hexy getting his boost stolen, will still make the save. Eye of Ra trying to get it middle, but it will be again shut down by the Terps, who are looking to get ahead first once again.
3:55 to play in game 5 here, and again the second swing game, our best of 7. And, you know, a win here gets you to match point and anything and everything on the line going into game 6.
And we're still seeing a little bit of awkwardness on the defensive side from
What am I
Maryland.
watching?
Has all 3 players miss. What in the world?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm watching anymore. What is Hexy doing?
I mean, in fairness, they all had low boost. But also, what in the world was that?
Hexy's just jumping and
Oh, no.
having himself a nice little dance, but now it's 2-0, 3:33 to go. The Tar Heels double the lead.
And that was just a poor kickoff from Hexy. You can see he flipped the wrong way, and the hard cheetah from Eye of Ra was able to extend it through. But I don't know what is going on with Maryland. We'll have to see if they can clean things up. Obviously, there's still a lot of time left in this game for them to try and get back in it, but I mean, they really need to get back in it, Nation.
Yeah, they really do. Then it's got to come sooner or later, Jonas, because it's already minute 30 and plus off the clock. So if things don't change here soon, it could be disaster for Maryland.
Yeah, very well. Could turtle another whiff. Waiters, dude. Maryland, what is going on, fellas?
This might be worse than the
No.
Radford Quinnipiac game. I can't lie.
No.
It's that kind of a level of bad. I don't know, man.
We're seeing this. Yeah, I mean, this is. I mean, I do agree with Jesse. I don't think anything beats last night, but this is
close.
definitely one of the most not good performances I've seen out of Maryland.
This looks like non-conference Maryland, which, you know, maybe they just dip the Big Ten schools when it comes to playing out of conference schools. They don't know what to do anymore. I don't know.
I mean, they're able to turn this one in. Turtle having great awareness here. I mean, lobbing it up for Hexy, who did end up missing off the post. Turtle was there to tap it in, so they cut the lead in half. But I mean, I don't know what to say. They can't keep making these kinds of mistakes, Nation. They're just gonna give away their whole tournament run.
They're gonna throw their season away, and they also blew a 3-0 lead earlier. So, you know, this is all on them if North Carolina win this. But 2 minutes to go, they're back within 1, but plenty of time for one more.
Yeah, they can still obviously find their way back in it. It's not like it's completely out of the question at all. It's just the fact that we are seeing a level of mistakes from Maryland that we are not at all used to. And again, we've seen North Carolina do a solid job punishing them when they present themselves, and we'll see if that continues, you know, throughout, you know, we're at least game 6, maybe game 7, as this has just been a whirlwind.
It absolutely has, and I'm checking Discord right now. Oh, good stuff, Jesse. Sorry, I guess I didn't see it. But minute 18 to go, and Maryland need 1. They're not going to find it there. As Barris, a big save, keeping the Tar Heels within 1.
That's crazy, Jesse. That's crazy. Just over a minute left to go. Hexy might have a look here. Low boost trying to dunk. Barris will get out cleanly. And again, Maryland, they have had the majority of the offensive chances, but Barris looking for a double. Hexy will shut it down, but a great look.
50 seconds to go here. Maryland still trying to level up this series. North Carolina, a goal or just 42 seconds of good defense. They're going to be a game away from the first upset of the tournament.
That would be massive again, and that would bust all the perfect brackets as well. Eye of Ra reset, blocked by Waiters. Hexy trying to escape, just no boost. Turtle has all of it right now for Maryland. First touch, not the best, too heavy to the left side. Hexy just booms it towards the net. Turtle was there. Edge Tree sends it straight down. Waiters blocked well by Barris. Turtle ends up dropping this one back towards the side, while Hexy, needing to avoid the bump, has no boost to work with. Maryland running out of chances.
Time expiring, 5 seconds to go. North Carolina's got it deep in red territory, and they got to now go the whole field without letting it drop.
And they'll do exactly that.
Exactly
the
that.
touch was not there. North Carolina are on match point, and I don't know what's going through the minds of Maryland right now. I could not tell you.
Well, their season has now flashed before their eyes, so we're going to have to wait and see what they end up doing.
Yeah, no, I'm in no way expecting this to stay the course for Maryland. I mean, I gotta think that these guys are gonna lock in. I mean, we know this team, we know how competitive they are, we know how they can, what kind of level they can play up to. But right now, this is nowhere near their ceiling. In North Carolina, again, credit to them. They've been doing a good job taking care of those mistakes that Maryland make, and they've been punishing them well. And it's ultimately this series is in the hands of Maryland. If they want to take control, I think they still have the potential to. But if they give North Carolina too many chances, it's all going to be over.
Their season now has flashed before their eyes. We'll see if they can keep their season alive 5 minutes longer, if not another round longer. But this is not the look we thought we were going to get out of Maryland. That's for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's no better way to put it. Hexy might have a look. No, had no boost. Couldn't put a shot on. Up high, Waiters ends up sending this one back towards Turtle. He'll have to retreat towards the corner. Gets the boost off spawn. 50'd well by Etched. Up high, Eye of Ra. Keeping the offense going. A miss there for Hexy. Barris is on it. A little bit threatening there. Waiters a good turnaround. Now trying to keep that pressure going. Sends it middle. Edge Tree, a great hold off, and Turtle couldn't reach it in time.
40 seconds gone. Game 6. North Carolina a game away from an upset, and it would bust every single remaining perfect bracket in this tournament. Jonas, that would just be a thrilling sight to see.
It'd be sad for me. I still got one of them.
Mine's busted yesterday, so I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to keep mine perfect, bro. This is. I mean, I was just not expecting in any way, shape, or form to see this kind of look from Maryland here tonight.
We've had 13 series so far. I'm 11 for 13 right now. If Maryland would able to go 12 for 14 here after day 4. But, again, it's just a community challenge. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter who wins and who loses. We're all friends at the end of it.
It's $20.
It's $20, man. Cool. It gets you a
Oh,
cheeseburger.
and Hexley wants to give me my $20. Big double to take the lead for Maryland.
3:30 to go. Maryland want to fight on. Hexy gets the offense started, and $20 he says won't buy you very much.
No, it won't. That being said, a minute and a half gone. Maryland do put the first one away. It was a nice double from Hexy. We'll see if he can keep up that level. Flip reset going low. Eye of Ra will shut it down. Trying to find the clear out. Turtle there, but gets beat. Tree sneaks it past Waiters. Hexy grabbing the boost and ball. One foul swoop, but then demoed. Need to see Maryland stay cautious on the defensive end.
That shot is no good. That Tree will hold it wide. And 3 minutes to go so far for Maryland, trying to get this to game 7. Back to Hexy. It's good for a second.
Yeah, taking advantage there. I mean, this is just a great look. The demo, Hexy sends it across. Turtle gives it right back, and Hexy more than happy just to tap that one in for himself. And again, starting to see this offense heat up from Maryland. Don't want to say anything too early, nation, but they're looking better.
Maybe it's just, a wake-up call in the tournament for Maryland. If they can finish the job here and get to game 7, win it, and move on and just forget what happened in the first round and move on and get ready to roll against whoever it is you play next.
I mean, it very well might happen, and they still got work to do. Obviously, still half this game left. We saw them, lose while being up 3-0. It very well could happen here at 2-0, as we're seeing North Carolina really trying to force their way through this defensive side. Barris sends this one out. Eye of Ra towards the corner. Turtle will just play it safely back towards the net, ends up giving it right out to Edge Tree, just misses the slot, but Barris there to tap it in. UNC punish another defensive lapse.
Turtle just gets it straight to Edge Tree, and Hexy unable to make contact is double quit for UNC, but it doesn't quite matter as that one able to find its way in. 2:16 to play, and the Tar Heels within one.
And we'll see if, again, that shakes up Maryland a little bit after getting two. Good beat here. Now Turtle will just boom it right back across. 2 minutes and change. Maryland trying to get themselves another cushion. Hexy will rip it away from Eye of Raw. Waiters towards the ceiling. Gets the pinch out. Etch Tree on it. We'll just send it right back to the other side. Hexy speeding things up at the corner, wanting to double down middle. Barrison will go right by Barris and Eye of Raw. Neither player able to make contact. Now dropping back down. There's still a lot of time for either of these teams to take control, but I mean, this one still just seems to be very up in the air, Nation.
Barris gonna go sky high. The double is no good. Hexy will turn this one away. North Carolina, though, still in possession as UNC just trying to fight for every single given possession here in Game 6. They're a goal away from equilibrium and a chance to take the lead.
And it very well could happen at any moment here. Barris up for it. A fake there. Caused a little bit of panic, but Turtle was on it. Hexy low boost. Eye of Raw. Another big 50 out. Waiters using a lot of boost to get this one to the midfield. Ends up faking out Etched. Barris will have to take it up the corner. Waiters a little bit of a bump. Barris still on it. Will find the 50 with Hexy. Turtle is there. Might have a look. 50 through Edge Tree, but Eye of Raw there to send it to the corner.
50 seconds to go. North Carolina, a chance here. One-on-one for Barris. Couldn't turn it away. Turtle blocked it again. That 50 sent back to midfield as North Carolina back to defense. They'll go. Maryland trying to finish the job with 40 to play.
Yeah, right now they're just looking to hold on to it, Nation. I mean, obviously they want to keep the press on the offensive side. They like to find that third goal, get themselves a bit of a cushion, but you can tell they're playing a little bit safer. Waiters just nudging this one up, trying to play it down. Hexy lurking. Good 50. Turtle might have an opening. Hexy's still on it. Turtle still goes. This one dropping through. Waiters might have a shot. It's boomed away. UNC might have one last chance.
I roll the double. Good. We're tied. 10 to go.
And Turtle caught watching here. We saw Hexy get beat there, and Turtle didn't know which way to go. Eye of Raw locks it down, and the Tar Heels have overtime on the horizon.
North Carolina is a goal away from putting the Terps away. 10 seconds to go. Edge Tree. Can he end it here? No.
No, Waiters will cover it up high. That's a booming clear. Can Eye of Raw get back? Yes, he can. Looking to just kill this one into the corner. It's dropping middle. Turtle is there. He's got the catch. The flick is up. Barris sends it away. Waiters trying to keep things going. Turtle still keeps it alive. Maryland might have one last chance. No, it drops. OT.
Overtime. North Carolina can bust every last perfect bracket and put the Terrapins away in round 1 with another goal.
All they need is one. Hexy, a demo in the backside of the field. Now Turtle has a look. Waiters is there, and Maryland keep themselves alive. We're heading to Champions Field.
Game 7. We asked for it all night. We finally get it at midnight. Well, that's just great.
Yeah, that is
it's
absolutely
also 1
incredible.
a.m. now.
Yeah, it's this series is gonna end after 1 a.m. Eastern, which is absolutely incredible. But
oh no,
Maryland, what?
Gotta make a new lobby. I can't change the map.
Oh, okay,
Everybody out.
got it.
I mean, Hexy to leave. There we go.
Either way, Game 7 on the horizon. This is absolutely insane. I think, again, we only one submission out of all the brackets in the bracket challenge had North Carolina winning, and from what I'm hearing, it was an intoxicated Hira making that prediction. Everyone else picked Maryland to win it, and now the Tar Heels 1 game away from sending the 5 seed home and picking up the first upset in the CCS Season 5 National Championship Tournament.
Does somebody have the Discord announcement? Somebody please admin get it. Jesse, Iceberg, I don't care who gets it. Someone get it.
Oh my goodness, game 7. I mean, you can't make this up, Nation. You can't make it up.
You really can't. Well, Game 7, it is 12:57 a.m. Eastern Standard Time where both these schools reside in North Carolina, obviously in North Carolina. Maryland is obviously in Maryland and College Park. But, you know, it's been a long season for both Maryland and North Carolina. UNC, this is the best season they've ever had. It's now they could go around further to the round of 32.
Yeah, I mean, this is insane. It really is. I mean, again, Maryland, it looked to be their series day
Sleeper.
in, day out.
Sleeper trolled. Sleeper pinged everybody. I've said ping them stream alert. He pinged everybody.
Did he do at everyone?
He did.
Oh boy. Yeah, everyone is gonna. Did he even drop the stream? He didn't even put the link.
Sleeper.
Oh my god.
Actual troll job. Yeah, now we're pinging everybody for Game 7 at midnight.
Oh.
All right,
God.
well, here we go.
Hey.
Game 7. Maryland, North Carolina. North Carolina, the 12 seed, trying to finish the job and knock off number 5, Maryland.
It all comes down to this. North Carolina have the chance to do it. No one's been able to do this tournament yet, and Maryland just looking to keep themselves alive and keep the run that a lot of people predicted in hopes. Hexy looking for the first shot. It's going to be blocked by Barris. Waiters will turn it around, but officially we're underway in Game 7. Oh my God, you can't make it up, Nation. The script couldn't have written it better.
You could not have written this script any better for Game 7 as Hexy's got the first.
And who else but Hexy to open things up here. Good bit of pressure with that double and etch tree. That's just a big miss that you can't let happen in that scenario. 24 seconds gone. Maryland find the first.
Every single bracket taco is busted if North Carolina wins. So no, there's one person that picked North Carolina, I believe, and or maybe a couple, but 11 perfect or left. But Maryland's got 2.
Hexy adds on another. Waiters creating the pressure with the ceiling shot. Etch tree. That's a great first save, but Hexy is there to knock down another. 2 up. Go the Terps. Pressure on UNC to bring this back quickly.
4:27 to go. These players probably have no idea what just happened, but you know they're just trying to get through this round. And Maryland's already got 2. North Carolina off to a rocky start.
Another good 50 here. Waiters shot on target. I have Raw upfield. Hexy. He's going to be looking for another. He might find himself an early hat trick here in Game 7. Waiters fires. I have Raw. Another takeaway. Good 50 there. Trying to get UNC on offense for the first time.
4:01 to go here. North Carolina, maybe a chance is taken wide, though, in the first 60 seconds. Gone off the clock as Maryland's still leading by 2 at the end of the first minute.
Waiters towards the corner. Challenged well by Iavron again. UNC just looking to get some offense going here. Here's a look. It will be wide. Waiters booms it over to the far corner. Getting it back on the offensive end for the Terps, just looking to find themselves even more of a cushion. Again, if you weren't here before, earlier on in this series, Maryland threw a 3-0 lead. They most likely want to get as many as they can.
Absolutely, and 3:18 left. I mean, again, still plenty of time for 2 more, but you can't really afford to give up 1 more. I think if they give up 1 more, then it becomes a lot more difficult if they're going to try to claw back out of a 3-0 hole. But they've done it before. They did it in Game 1. We'll see if they can do it again.
We will indeed. Hexy off his own back while time, space, running low on boost. Will take it under 150's Eye of Raw. Gets it over him. He's got no boost left, and he's demoed by Edge Tree. Turtle gets bumped out by Eye of Raw. Waiters, another big challenge here. Eye of Raw lobs it into the offensive side, approaching the halfway point here in Game 7, and Maryland staying well out in front.
2:40 to go here in Game 7. Everything on the line for both teams. Maryland trying to continue their season a week longer. North Carolina trying to continue their best season they've ever had in CCS with a stunning victory here.
Stunning is the perfect word to describe it. Again, A lot of people predicted this was going to be, a sweep, game 5, game 6 at the max. And here we are in game 7, North Carolina giving Maryland the fright of their life in this tournament. And it's going to be a scare for the Terps going forward. Of course, next round, they're either going to take on East Carolina or Iowa State. It's most likely not going to get much easier, but a couple misses, and Hexy's got the Hattie.
A minute 59 in North Carolina's season starting to now flash before their eyes as Maryland has come out guns blazing in Game 7.
Yeah, and UNC has just not been ready for this kind of pressure here in this one, and we have seen Maryland really take control. And again, Hexy's offense, as the star of the show, Waiters, has done a great job creating that pressure. He's got 6 shots already. Raw double kept out by Waiters. Bears another shot on target. Waiters is still there now, setting up the counter.
Yeah, and Hexy's got a hat trick here too. A minute 40 left though, and North Carolina, if you're going to score, you need to do it right now. As Raw sends this one high, double commit defensively. They will find contact 90 seconds, and this is looking grim for UNC.
It is indeed. That's a big miss for Etch Tree. Waiters will head back, blocks the first one from Barris, and right now the Tar Heels cannot get any traction. This is the Maryland everyone was expecting to show up and show out tonight. It took them till Game 7 Nation, but they're here.
1:10 to play in Game 7. UNC need a chance. They're going to get one.
So what a shot here. You cannot make it up. Had no boost, and Etch Tree just puts it perfectly off the back wall. And Bear said, yeah, I did that.
1:05 to go. North Carolina needed 2 more to get this one done. But again, you get one good one, but now your defense has to hold off, and immediately almost a response. Waiters also a little high there. 1 minute to play. UNC, they got about 20-30 seconds to score.
We saw a 3-goal lead being sold by Maryland earlier. It very well could happen again. The Terps need to lock things down to the best of their ability. Waiters, no boost. Gets it around one. Etch Tree slowed down throughout the corner. North Carolina running out of time. This one high. Waiters sends it high again. A good look for Turtle. He hits the crossbar again. That thing's got to be dented.
UNC's defense so still dealing with the pressure of Maryland's offense, so they all have no boost. No one can get out of their own half.
This one up again. Turtle misses. It is just over top the goal time and time again. No one can find contact. Hexy misses here. Waiters, no boost, just trying to hold it down in the corner. 10 seconds left. UNC need a goal now.
They got a man up. They get a dunk here. Someone there to drop it in. No, that'll do it. Maryland are going to hold off North Carolina. They'll move on to play next Friday.
And they just frightened everyone with a perfect bracket here, and what a win it was. And it was not the prettiest win by any means, Nation, but they got the job done. They move on and send North Carolina home.
What a way to end the night. Game 7 with everybody watching, because Sleeper pinged everyone on accident. Shout out Sleeper. But it was a fun night. Maryland saw their season flash before their eyes, and it came out. Hexy decided he was going to be him again and had a hat trick and got it done in Game 7.
Yeah, he did indeed. I mean, that it speaks volumes of Hexy, that when the stage shines brightest, he's there to step up big for the Terps. And that is, again, not the prettiest win for Maryland, but they move on to round 2 to either take on Iowa State or East Carolina. We had ourselves a great slate of matches. We saw a lot of fun ones, and this one, what a way to end off the night.
Yeah, what a way to end off the night. I mean, we'll find out Maryland's opponent tomorrow. I think 8 Eastern is Iowa State, East Carolina, so we'll see everybody tomorrow. But again, there's still tons more games to go. Join us. I mean, what are your thoughts on the night? 6 games later.
I mean, I'm sorry, my brain can only really focus on that last one. We saw a lot of teams look good. Pitt looked great. Cincinnati looked good. We saw FIU have a scare. Michigan State look dominant. Northern Arizona, that was a huge sweep over Old Dominion. And Maryland, I'm just hoping they can lock it in. They can play Game 7 like they did, but right from the get-go. Well,
we had 31 games played tonight. So we were just a game and a half short of our over-under bet we made earlier this afternoon off broadcast. And, had ODU given us a fight, we would have been over that. But that's how the night goes sometimes, and we'll see everybody tomorrow at 7 Eastern for UT Arlington Houston to kick off another 6-hour slate. Signing off from the CCS Season 5 Championships. We'll see you guys tomorrow.